Listen.
Sinners.
Fire.
Michael B. Jordan. This was fire.
Yes, directed by Ryan Coogler.
Oh my gosh.
He outdid himself on this
Yeah. This one was, as I told you, I texted you and I left, it's very cerebral. You got to pay attention. It's a psychological thriller,
Yes.
right? Kudos to Michael B. Jordan for playing two
twins.
He played twins.
Smoke and Stack, baby.
Oh my gosh.
And when I tell you, I can have one on this side and one on that side.
Let me tell you something. To me, it forced you to think about stuff.
Yeah.
So it's so much in this film. It's so much to unload.
It is.
Remick. Okay, the vampire.
That's
I know
right.
maybe getting ahead of ourselves.
Who was Irish.
But you know what Remick was? When he came on the scene, and this is a major spoiler alert because it's what we do, right? When he came on the scene, he fell from the sky.
He did.
And you really don't know that he falls from the sky. You know what I'm saying?
The fallen angel.
There's the falling angel. There's so many things that to unpack in this movie that is like so real life. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a vampire girl, right?
Yeah.
I love all things vampires.
Yeah.
So the whole meaning behind invite me in, I immediately got that, right?
You knew that
Yes.
that was going to be something.
Because that's the only way a vampire can come into any building.
Yeah.
Right? Because you have to, because I was a True Blood fan, and that was a big thing.
Okay.
Invite me in. But to your point, if Michael B. Jordan does not get an Oscar for this, because to play twins and to also differentiate between the two, right? Because one was kind of not evil,
but I know what you're saying. One was more, he would go bad.
Yes.
He could go left.
Yes.
He could go left.
Yeah. And he did that with perfection.
Yeah.
The costumes, which was done by Ruth Carter, who did, she's won Oscars for her stuff. She did Black Panther. Beautifully done. You know.
Someone was saying too, like if you look at the hats that they had on, so Stack had the red hat on, and then Smoke had the blue hat, and Smoke was more of the one that was trying to be on the side of right.
Yeah.
And then Stack was more on the side of being on wrong, and how those, you could tell the differences of those twins, and you know what I mean?
Through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Through the whole thing. But the blues, let's talk about that and how that was represented.
Yeah.
Like,
different genres of music. What I got from that is that you're sitting in a movie, everything is centered around 1932, but Sammy's playing this music and it causes all these different genres of music to come together. And at the end of the day, every genre has sinners.
Yes.
Every genre has sinners in it, whether it's hip hop, whether it's country, whether it's blues, whether it's rap.
Asian, Latino,
exactly.
Indian.
Yeah.
Like, it was just how they represented that.
Yeah.
And also the blues and the church
Yeah.
were the foundation
Yeah.
of our culture, you know, back in the day, and how they represented that.
Yeah.
You know, the preacher, you know, when he was just saying, you need to leave that stuff alone.
It's devil's music.
It's
man.
devil's music.
Devil's music.
And so
You'll be on the side of the
what
devil.
did it do? It brought in the devil.
What I thought was also funny too was the Chinese people that spoke like us.
Yeah.
You had the mom working in the store for white people, and then you had the daughter and the dad working in the store for black people. It's crazy.
And they owned it.
Yeah.
You know?
What was Del Rey's position, his character?
Yeah,
what
so
his
he
name?
was a blues singer.
What,
the blues singer
What
around
struck
town.
me was how, of course, we know slavery had ended, but the best way to continue slavery is to imprison
That's right.
black people,
That's
right?
right.
I was moved when he was saying what he was saying to them when he saw those prisoners, the chain gang doing it. I was so moved by that.
He told the story.
And how he had to continue to sing to get through that.
That's right. And
crazy.
how what soothed him in telling him that story was how he kept patting his knee. So that scene was not supposed to happen when he got on his guitar and started singing that song. What's his name? The little boy. He was a
Sammy?
Sammy. When he did that, that was totally spontaneous.
I love that.
And they kept that scene in there.
It was so much to unpack that
Yeah.
you really honestly can't. talk about everything that happened.
Yeah.
Because it was so much that happened.
Let's also talk about the brotherhood aspect of it all, right?
Yeah.
So in the end, when Stack, got turned into the vampire, and we didn't know until the end of the movie that Smoke made him promise not to kill Sammy, to let him live throughout his years.
Yeah.
And he didn't break that pact. I love that part about
do
it.
too. I
And
do
when
too.
they came back at the end, him and Mary, and sat down and had a conversation.
With Sammy. They wanted Sammy. Sammy was like, he was saying that, I guess they wanted him to
Play a song.
Yeah. But I guess when we talk about the brotherhood of it, I guess what I take from that too is that no matter how far gone you are, how far gone Stack was from Smoke, he still respected their twinship.
That's right.
Their brotherhood. He still respected that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the musician in the end was played by Buddy Guy,
Yeah.
which I thought was awesome that he made that cameo.
Yeah.
But guys, I can't say enough about it. It's just,
It's
it's so powerful.
It is an amazing movie.
Yeah.
It is amazing. I mean, from start to finish. Now, a few people have said they saw it and they thought it was slow, a little slow in the beginning, but stick with it.
Stick with it,
Stick
baby.
with it.
Also, how in the end you got to be careful because when the credits roll, it's not over.
Yeah, you got to stay.
You gotta
Yeah,
stay.
You got to actually stay.
Because Smoke took care of that Klansman.
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
Which he made that promise to him.
Yeah.
I loved
So
it.
this was a champagne moment.
Absolutely
Absolute champagne moment.
freaking-lutely.
Loved every bit of it.
Yes.
Yep.